Okay, very good morning to you. Welcome. How are you? It is Tuesday morning, and I'm sure that you are up and doing this morning wherever you are. If you are a civil servant, you should be on your way already in your office. And just like that, whatever you are doing, wake up early and then do it well. My name is Sijama. Good morning, Ugo.
Yes, good morning, IJ. Been a while.
Like you missed me?
No, you know I always miss you. You know I've been missing you, you know. It's good to be back on set with you. Good morning.
Good morning, Anambra. Welcome. Okay, do stand by now as we bring you press review. Welcome again. Joining us this morning is Rotarian Kanayo Obidibo as a public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I must say, it's quite some time you're here with us.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Okay. It's always good to have a Rotarian in the house. You know what they're known for. So our morning is secured. We're not scared.
Say it again, because we believe in service above self.
That's what I'm saying. No, we're not scared. A Rotarian is in the house, and a high-level Rotarian for that matter. Yeah. We're not scared, right?
That's why I say that we live on service above self. So you can imagine what that means.
Yep, they do.
You're going to live for us.
No, of course, why?
If not.
That's what I'm saying. We're not scared.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's kickstart with stories making the headlines on our ABS website. The very first story we have there this morning says police nab man 40 for allegedly defiling daughter at Ibuku Agwata Council area. And we have a second one there that says Soludo commiserates with victims of fire outbreak at Kano Street beside Main Market, Onitsha. And finally, federal government IFAD VCDP delegation visits Anambra State for annual midterm review mission. That's about those, stories we have on our ABS website. Top stories this morning.
I wanted to ask what is this problem of men defiling young people. But then, if that is the question this morning, then what do I ask? When you hear that a man defied his daughter. Our Lord is coming with that.
The word is abomination. The word is sacrilege.
Okay.
That is what it means. If a man who happens to be a biological father of these kids is found to indulge in such act, then if it were in the old good days, as a Kejechani, that they will go to the seers, they will go to Ndiafa, Kamalo, Ma, or something, name here. Because it is very unusual that a man would become a pedophile by introducing insects in his household. So in most cases, the better world, I'm not saying we are not better, the man will be put out of the society for a long time for behaving so abnormal, because the true man, the poor girl must have gone through within the family fold is enormous. She's going to live with her for her lifetime. And you know what it means for a father to behave that way.
And let's talk about the abnormal thing you talked about. It looks as if abnormality has actually come to stay. You know, she asked the question, it looks as if this issue, because time and time again we keep hearing about the filing, and you know, it goes as bad as, you see, the filing a baby of 3.
You know what? You know what? Because there are no serious consequences. The law, rape on its own attracts 14 years. And some even, in some cases, attracts life imprisonment for such a person not to be allowed to see the light of the day. He will remain. And I can tell you, in England, if persons like that is sent to prison, other prisoners will kill him. So in most cases, they are being kept in what we call solitary. They will be sequestrated from the entire prisoners. So they see them as in the Melalo too, even in Dutch.
Yeah, but let's talk more about this. I know we have this child law, Child Act law in the state, and then recently this case of defiling minors by the adults, especially parents defiling their own daughters.
That is what I'm saying.
Okay, and then there's another thing you said, that such a person should be put away from the society. Is it by way of detaining the person?
By conviction. He must be convicted.
Okay, apart from that,
that's what,
because I know people buy their ways now. They have money and all, they have elections here and there. What about the local system of treating abomination in our society?
You see now,
whereby you'll be stripped naked, in some cases you'll dance in the market, you'll be ostracized, and a whole lot of things. Can't we get back to that? Is it barbaric? Because I'm sure that's what you're going to tell me now.
No, it's not barbaric. But you see, they said the police always charge people that goes to Alosi to, do one thing, that it is a trial by ordeal. They charge you because you went and summoned somebody to the deity and said, you did this, you did that. People believe that at the end of the day, they fear the deity more than the Bible, more than the priests. So now, it is, whether we like it or not, it is still an abomination that any man is found to indulge in such act. It is an abomination. And the society should frown seriously on that. And the consequences is that the man involved should go to jail. There is no two ways about it once the case is proven. But you find today that even our advocacy group are no longer doing the right thing, because there are cases when it happens, it is no longer you and me. It becomes either the state, the society, and you. So I really advocate that there should be serious consequences. There should be law that clamps on individuals. And there's one thing that is happening today. We are going back to the Stone Age, where people believe that in doing one thing or the other, they will make money. I want to let you know that people are now into fetish things that they want to make money by, sleeping with a mad woman, going about naked, eating their own excretors and all that, and then defying.
Are you saying that this could be part of it?
Oh yeah. This society is so decayed. The moral decadence in our society today is beyond imagination, because in old good days, when things like that happens, they believe, our great-grandfather believed that the Omenana will take its course.
Because the land has been
defined. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We can go on and talk about that, because it's something we cannot exhaust. But let's move on to our next story. We actually had the news of the fire outbreak at Main Market, Onitsha, and the governor of the state, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, is commiserated with victims of fire outbreak at Kano Street, besides Main Market, Onitsha. We are in the dry season, and the possibility of hearing more of this, is likely to, come up
You see, one thing is that, like you rightly said, we're in dry season. But within the dry season, we are approaching the Harmattan. And Harmattan period is an inflammable period anywhere. We can see fire incidents, wildfire they call it, like in California, somewhere, okay? But here in our own case, we don't even have the resources, the equipment to fight the fire. The one that happened around the Zuzu Junction, the trailer that fell, it was like, yes, the fire service were there, it could not, because it fell in between 3 gas stations. Yes, the Joel, the other one
Okay,
by the side.
Immigration Junction.
Yes, so, but God's so kind, they put it off. So, fire incident, and you see, in this part of the world, there is no buffer. Buffer in the sense of insurance. A situation where traders lose their wares and then thrown into poverty and no insurance. Otherwise, in America, if my apartment is burning, I'll go out dancing. Because first of all, they're going to take me to the hotel, and whatever thing, except my certificate, that I will still recover. But every other thing is paid for. I will even be taken to hospital to be treated of smoke. If I
And trauma. Is that why you are dancing? That's wouldn't they suspect that you set your house ablaze?
because the thing is, no, because I know that the insurance is there. I have a buffer. I have a coverage. You see, so now like in Yoruba language they say "Ilo batojo ewolobosi," that the house of the king that burned when it's being rebuilt will be better than it was before.
Because everything will be new again. True.
Is that a country? The one your house get burned and you just go on dancing because?
No, when I mean dancing, No,
I mean just being happy and you're not bothered.
That I'm alive. That whatever it is that the insurance will take care. Because the insurance is functional.
We don't have insurance in this part of the world.
Do we have even life policy? We don't. Otherwise, if you own a house in America and you are on insurance moratorium and it happens to pass on, the insurance comes to pay off the indemnity, and it becomes a free house for your family because you are the policy holder.
I think we do have insurance. So many
But
insurance companies, but does it work is the question. Because if you lose anything that you have insured and you go to your insurance company to ask for redemption, they will hire about 20 lawyers for you to prove why they should not pay you. It was your fault that you lost that thing, so we are not going to pay you. And there are some clauses that they will start bringing out from the policy that you hitherto is not even aware of.
You see one thing,
so
because
it's business. It's business.
Insurance in overseas is that you normally pay what is like your monthly indemnity. You must pay it, and then be sure that you are insured, because insurance in America is one of the richest corporations. And once, like, you have a burnt car, a police report is given out. From that point, you are given a car from the car hire service to use until even that car, if it's not burnt totally, you have the first offer. They make you the first offer. Do you still need it? Do you want to repair it? Do you want to buy it at a very cheap rate before you are given a new car?
All right. So on behalf of the Good Morning Anambra team, we commiserate with the people that lost their properties. Thank God nobody lost this life, maybe because it happened in the night. But I remember in those days when we were in secondary school, Afiana walkers and them mother now jump into the fire to kill themselves. We don't hear such things again. We thank God for that. And our heart goes out for you, please. Take heart. Oh, you didn't do batalego.
Sure.
I don't want you didn't do Liego.
Let's move on. Let's get to the papers.
Yes, National Star is our very first paper this morning. Let's look at the many stories on National Star this morning. The big one there says federal government issues retaliatory travel advisory against U.S. Europe says Nigerians face attacks abroad, passports, money stolen. And up there we've got Buhari takes credible election message to ECOWAS states. Yobe North, again, Machine floors Lawan as appeal court affirms electoral victory. 65% of teachers in Anambra are core members. That's coming from NYSC. Some Fulani involved in banditry kidnapping, Sultan reveals. Down there we've got Governor Adeleke sacks 12,000 workers, suspends Osiek chair, dethrones 3 monarchs. State Assembly rejects governor's decision to rename state. And up here, there we've got Abga factional leader Njoku in jail over alleged forgery. Fire got shops in Onitsha main market. This is about stories we have on the National Star this morning.
Let's move on to the next paper, I think it's Punch newspaper before we start talking.
Okay, let's look at the big story in the Punch while we'll also do some analysis. APC Assembly tackle Adeleke. Governor sacks 12,000 workers. The riders there, APC film says governor caught in endless litigation, agitation, distractions. State of Osun backed by law. Governor's action illegal, says Assembly. Sacked local government chairman head to court. PDP backs Adeleke's actions, hits APC. Okay, we've got 10,000 resident doctors remaining in Nigeria. That's coming from NAD. Contractor suspends Lagos Ibadan road construction, resumes January. Kano, APC chair caught with 367 PVCs. Jailed. ASU warns of new crisis, seeks intervention. And up there we've got foreign NGOs, fintech firms linked to terrorism financing. No candidate for national award nominees fail exam. 50% materials deployed, burnt offices threaten polls. That's coming from INEC. Okay?
Okay, let's look at the banner headline at the National Star, the new National Star that says federal government issues retaliatory travel advisory against US and Europe.
Yes.
That's a case of a dog, a small, I think it was a cartoon video that I saw. A small dog that was the other side and saw a bigger dog and was backing. And then the owner lifted the dog and brought it closer to the to the bigger dog, and it started looking like a moro.
No, we do that a lot, you know. We're back from afar. And you know, we'll come closer like, you know what, I didn't mean it.
I hope it's not what we're going to experience in this one. Better they raise up their hands for one section, everybody will keep quiet. You know, so what exactly is going on between Nigeria, America, and Europe?
When I saw this, I was, you know, of lately, there's been this talk about Nigerians are jackpotting. Okay, let me not use the word jackpot, but Nigerians, you know, a lot of Nigerians are leaving the country for greener pastures and all of that. Mostly I saw this and I felt, do you think is the way the federal government is trying to discourage people who are also planning to travel, that, hey, listen, you know, things like this are happening, so it's better. These guys are not treating you very fine, so why don't you stay in the country and, you know, make things happen?
Where you are sandwiched.
You see, during the war, we had an Okokondem.
Okay.
Yeah, the Okokondem is the image maker of the war. So what he does is to blow things out of proportion and then give hope. So I think the federal government wants to tell Nigerians that the country is, you know, a good place. But we do know. This Japa has become so popular now that our doctors are japaring, all our professionals. The Canadians are on daily basis advertising that they need 350,000 Nigerians, or, you know, particularly Nigerians who are professionals to come over, because the demography in Canada, based on population of death and birth, we are actually widening the generation gap for the Canadians because of they have 2 children only, have 3 children. So, but the economy keeps expanding. So it is now affecting them, and they need more hands because you can't grow children overnight. So they need people to come, and they want to maintain that level of world economy, you know, superpower. So they want. Technology is advancing. A lot of things is going on. And they will not wait back because they're Canadians and they know they could do what they call the minister's paper and give it to you and then bring your family, give you good condition of service. And Nigerians are here telling us, go to the immigration and see the number of people that are trying to procure our passport to travel. And you are hiking it. Even at that, 80,000 naira for a passport now or more. But people are still traveling. And you are now saying, don't do this, don't do that. Are you talking to morons? People who know, like in Ireland. People go to Ireland today, my friends, their children are well, everything is taken. I have a brother who is in UK, so he went for MRI test. MRI test here is 280,000. He said, do you know it was for free? I didn't know. Yeah, you see? So when you have all those conditions of service, more especially if you take your little son of 12 years or 13 years and he passes through high school, he becomes an American automatically. Without being born there. Because it is now groomed to become an American. He's no longer a Nigerian by orientation. So, and you are telling us that our children, and go there, you see our children doing exploit. There's one thing when you take our children from here, from high school, they go there, they do very well. You know why? They are exposed to, contemporary learning equipment and facilities, and it opens up their brain.
Better environment.
Yes. So, and you are telling us that we should not japa. I know that Ugonna is trying to japa.
The japa master.
Okay.
But actually, that's something you said that is very striking here concerning the population of the Europe. And America too, this issue of give birth only to one or two. And then at the end of the day, you start suffering. Are they reviewing the policy, or do they think they will keep taking people from Africa to come and support their workforce?
At interim, yes. They may, because at the time when Clinton came up, he said 4. 4 should be taken care of by the state. If you have more than 4, it's up to you. And that was it. And you remember Babangida and Mariam were promoting it here in Nigeria, 4 children at a time. So now, the Canadians are trying to bring in people from different worlds. They know it is very important. I can tell you, before, about 30 years ago, there were no black Italians. None. 30, 35 years ago. But when they were advised by the Americans that in future, the blacks are going to take up art, sports, name it, everything, football. You see, and you can see it happening now.
It's happening. Look at the France national team. Everybody is black.
That's what I'm saying. That was what happened.
Africans.
Yes.
It's more like, you call it France, but we know it's an African team.
Yes. So that is the situation now all over the world. They may not openly, encourage their people to have more kids. But in America, the black people have more kids than the whites. And when you go to the inner city, you find out that the population of black is trying to, outnumber that of the white. That was why Clinton came up with that, because they live on what we call charity, because they are paid for. Everything is paid for. You are entitled to go to school, go to hospital, and live in a home without even paying when you file what we call Section 8.
Why would I Jackman? Who would like suffering? Okay, from Punch newspaper, let's look at the adventure of what we call it, Adeleke, as he got sworn in, and he came back. He came up with a very strong statement, sacking all the people, about 12,000 workers that were there.
Immediately.
That kind of a thing. So, and then APC is calling for his impeachment.
You see, one thing about Nigerian kind of politics is that we are not magnanimous in victory. You have won an election. You probably must have been, injured somehow politically. Yes. But let it go. Yes. You are a father of the state. There are policies that you go into. You find out that it is not people-oriented. It is not actually the right thing to do. To me, Adeleke should slow down. There was a time somebody was trying to insult Zeke, and Zeke said one or two things and said, hankali. So take it easy. So I'm saying to Adeleke, hankali.
Okay, but no. But this issue of outgoing governors employing, overstaffing the workforce just because you are leaving to create more problems for the person that is coming in.
No,
How
but
can you employ 12,000 workers just few days before you go?
so what Adeleke should have done is to set up a committee diligently. They will look into the workforce. There are people to be absorbed in some other areas. No, he will look into it and said, yes, you are all Osho citizens, and they are not foreigners. And we are praying for people to have employment and then develop themselves. So all he has to do is diligently, downsize.
I think I concur with you. He would have taken his time. I think this actually came from a place of, anger, a place of, don't worry, let me get into power. You see what I would do and all of that.
How can such a dancing senator?
He looks a happy man,
angry. He's a happy man.
That's the heart of man. You never can see. But he looks a happy man when he dances and does all of those styles. I really enjoy when
I
he does
even go jogging with an Igbo song and all that.
No, he's partly Igbo too.
Yes, they say so.
His mother is Igbo.
Yeah, and he speaks Igbo, very well too. So, but like you said, I think he should slow down and take things easy. I mean, he's not been up to 3 days on seat now. 2 days plus.
Yes.
I know he has the whole power in Osun State.
Yes.
Now, Oyetola is also believing he's going to take his mandate back. So even the battle is not over. And we know how it is.
Over, somebody was saying that Oyetola just did 4 years. Perhaps these are the things that he needed to do in the next 4 years, not knowing that the 4 years is not coming. Yeah. So he's trying to push back everything
You understand.
Together.
So these things, in Nigerian politics, there's a way it is.
I know. So let's go on. Now, Daily Sun is our next paper. Beside the name template there, Kanu's detention. IPOB writes U.S. to intervene, seeks help on Biafra referendum. And then the banner headline there says, federal government wants Nigerians traveling to US and UK. I think we've seen that story with a writer cautions them to beware of money, passport theft. Okay. And then on cry more than the bereaved. Government passes, okay, somebody just joined. Okay, sorry. Government presses ahead with grazing reserves and ranches, with rider there that says secures node of 8 states, 16 locations, convenes summit on conflicts December 12. And right here I have other stories. Tinubu begins 8-day foreign tour December 4 to meet Nigerians abroad. Appeal court sinks Senate President's re-election bid. And then 2023 polls, INEC chairman warns staff, says allegiance to Nigerians sacrosanct. Nigerian bleeding sinking, PDP is saying this. Okay, says nation requires qualified individual to rescue it from collapsing. Where are the individuals coming from? APC, PDP. Buhari's in-law, Shabam, dumps APC, claims party has no regard for rule of law. I think I saw that yesterday. Governor Adeleke State Assembly fights over executive orders on emblem and others. He has jumped into emblems again.
Yes, and the house,
you were the guy
against.
Okay, Daily Independent.
All right, let's see stories on the Independent this morning. The big one says, "Living strong electoral system remains sacrosanct." Well, that's coming from the president himself. Buhari affirms Nigeria's vow to restore political stability and security in West Africa. Okay, down there we've got ASU threatens fresh crisis over federal government's no work, no pay rule. Protest alleged victimization of members, says agreement yet to be implemented. 2023, INEC pledges allegiance to Nigerians, warns staff against compromise. Finance Ministry dismisses allegation of budget pardon. CJN reiterates call for constitutional amendment, swears in 62 SANs. NDIC pays 113.20 billion naira to depositors of liquidated banks. Presidential pool, APC to launch crowdfund app. Up there we've got Adeleke sacks 12,000 newly recruited workers by Oyetola, suspends 3 Monarch OSIEC chairman members. Federal government cautions Nigeria traveling to US. We talked about that.
Okay.
So that's on
It
independent.
does appear this grazing reserve has resurfaced again. Government presses ahead with grazing reserves and then ranches. We got that story from the Daily Sun.
Well, you see, Nigerians are so, I don't know how to, discuss Nigerian policymakers. We are talking about the condition of how people live in this country. We're talking about people moving out in droves. You are talking about grazing. The Brazilians that used to bring meat, there was a time, meat we are being brought, cow meat, frozen meat, we are being brought. It become a powerful commodity in Lagos. Ẹran Murtala, it was Murtala's time. So they say ẹran is meat in Yoruba. So
Murtala's meat.
Thank you. And meat was so cheap. And we still had our herdsmen, rearing cows and all that. Mm-hmm. Now, I think for some political reasons, Nigeria keep causing disunity. Whether we like it or not, this grazing across the within the states, one, we're talking about providing food, agriculture, and you allow these cows to go and destroy. And today, the herdsmen are wielding AK-47 assault rifle and no more stick that we used to know them with. Fulani Nambo, now Fulani AK-47. And nothing is being done to them. And it is a law in this country that you cannot possess firearm to AK-47 because nobody is going to license it. But today, you can see a young Fulani man of 18 years old, publicly holding AK-47, and no law is against him. Are we in a country? Okay, now, we know that this grazing thing has become an albatross, one too many, whether we like it or not. For anywhere you find these cattle rearers, there are trouble. There must be trouble. Because they leave them to go wild, and in the process, they invade farms. And no farmer will look at his cassava, corn, yam, be eaten up, and will be happy after a 9 months toiling of, mending the ground and all that. So nobody does that. We have farmers in America. I have not seen, even here in Senegal, I have not seen cow straying and then destroying farmland. Why would it be in Nigeria? And some of these are generals. Some of these are, big-time players in the Nigerian politics. They own farms in the north. Why can't they have a farm that is guided? Presently, we now find out that trailers are moving cows, as against in those good days, that cow could be brought from Sokoto, trekking all the way. And at the same time, are they not considering that the southern zone of this country that doesn't grow cow, are actually consuming that meat, and then they are making money out of it. So why would they now cause this trouble? I don't know. And the policy makers are alive, seeing what is happening in Benue. Autumn is so crazy about what is going on, his people being killed. And when he is speaking, when he is talking, I support him because nobody So, and then he is doing all these things as chief security officer, assumingly, which he is not. Of course, yes, he is not. Otherwise, when he gives out an order, it stands. But when he says, Hausa Fulani, you are bringing in a cow and they are destroying our farm and you are wearing AK-47, the garrison commander there doesn't even listen to him. The CP of the state doesn't listen to him. Then he goes down that he's going to set up his own, militia to fight. And what are we saying? Self-defense. It's not against the law. So this grazing thing is going to cause us a lot of problem in this country.
All right. Okay, let's look at story on the Independent. The elections are drawing nearer next year. It's a big one.
38 days from now.
Yes, the big one. And the president of the state, of the country rather, is saying leaving strong electoral system remains sacrosanct. Let's talk about the electoral system. Way back from 1999 till this moment. And of course, the next year we're going to be having the big election. How would you actually...
After 60 years of in and out of democracy, or whatever parliamentary system, we are still, listening to the president talking about system remaining sacrosanct. It is a shame.
I'm planning to move forward.
Whether we like it or not. All of them went to school, public school, free, traveled overseas, lived in, developed democracies and come back, and still you are still tinkering with our democracy. So it's sacrosanct. Don't we have electoral laws? There are electoral laws. Those are the sacrosanct provisions, whether we like it or not.
Functional institutions.
Yes. So whether the president, makes pronouncement or not, we have laid down rules and laws that whoever is appointed should stick to. Okay? So otherwise, if you don't do that, then look at Ghana. The umpire is being elected. You know that. The umpire, just like we have the Mahmoud here, he should be elected within a period of time, not appointed by the president.
Appointed.
And that makes him independent.
Definitely, you are going to be...
You see? How many times are we hearing about American electoral umpire? No, the people are the umpire. They vote, and their vote counts.
Okay, let's look at this story from the Daily Sun. Kanu's detention, IPOB writes US to intervene. 6 hub on Biafra referendum. Recently, the young man, the court sets him free, and then they're still holding him back with a whole lot of clauses coming up, reviewing his case, and then refusing bluntly to let him go. What do you think is going to play out?
You see, when it boils down to we not respecting the rule of law, the Attorney General, the Minister of Justice, does things at his own discretion. He is not thinking about what the law says, what the Constitution says. And it's not going to help this country. If the law, if the erudite jurist said, our pronouncement, our decision is acquit and discharge, that alone gives the young man the right to walk. Because when we in a developed economy, when you walk in a court, you are free. They should have allowed him to walk. But because of some hidden, we don't know. There are much more to it that meets the eye.
What else could be hidden?
Yes.
Because I know the efforts that people from this side of the world has made to ensure his release. I know that the late Amechi also went to ask for that. Okay, and the president told him that it doesn't lie in my hands. It is up to the court to determine whether he's going to be freed or not. And now the court has freed him, and they still wouldn't let him go.
That is why I took the buck to the table of the Minister for Justice and the Attorney General, who thinks he's so knowledgeable.
So some people are above the law in this country.
Of course, are we trying to...
Even the head of the law itself.
Oh my God!
A lot of people.
That is the problem. That's the bane of underdevelopment of this country. Not until we promote the rule of law. When we uphold the tenets of the Constitution, I can tell you that this country will remain unbalanced. It will continue to play around until there is rule of law. And there are consequences. Who is that person? Where is Zuma today? Where is he? A former president of South Africa.
Still on the rest.
You understand what I'm saying? But in our own case, it is only when they want to, to make somebody an scapegoat, when they want to, punish a particular person, you find out that all arms of law will descend on him to clamp down the young man or the young woman. But in Nigeria, we have two different kind of laws, whether we like it or not. Was this EFCC chairman not indicted? Contempt of court? But he was still there. And nothing happened. It can happen anywhere in the world.
A whole lot of them. But what do you think is going to be the outcome of this letter that the IPOB has written to U.S. for intervention?
Yes. You see one thing about international relations. The Nigerians know that they are flouting that conventional agreement of nations. They know. And they know that the Americans could come up with sanctions. Okay? So the agitation is continuing. The U.S. are waiting for agitators to continue to bombard them. And when you get back, you find out there are some caucuses within the system there who are interested in what happens in other nations, particularly the black caucus in America. They will now take it up upon themselves to tell the American government that this is wrong. They will tell Amnesty International, they will talk to the United Nations, and when they bring it up, Nigeria is going to be finding it difficult to wriggle out of it. Probably they will deem it needful.
Okay, so let's look at the last two papers.
All right, let's quickly move on to the Guardian newspaper. The big story on the Guardian newspaper this morning says cyber crimes raise concerns for 30.2 trillion monthly e-payment. Senate President Lawan loses at Court of Appeal. Attacks on facilities troubling won't deter us from conducting credible polls. That's coming from INEC. INEC vows. Appeal Court reinstates Adebutu orders in Ogun. Beware of politicians craving for power. CJN warns judicial officers. Deleke suspends OCEC chairman. 6 orders dethrones 3 monarchs. We have enough food for Nigerians, a Greek minister boasts on the Guardian newspaper. All right, this has got a big story on the Daily Trust. We'll round off. Racketeering at depot worsens petrol scarcity. Marketers blame low supply. Depot owners deny hoarding. A station sell for 300 naira in Kaduna, Kano, Lagos. Nigerians have enough food to eat. That's coming from the Agric Minister. Federal government begins 14-day paternity leave for workers. Attacks on our facilities won't affect elections. That's coming from INEC. Nigeria in perilous times. Coming from the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Beware of thieves. Federal government cautions Nigerians traveling to UK, US. At Deleke, the terms we talked about that. I won't stop telling truth to power. That's coming from Sultan.
Okay, let's look at this racketeering at depots that worsen petrol scarcity. Is it just the racketeering? Otherwise, what do you think is the cost of the scarcity we're experiencing all over the country?
You see, Nigerians are always interested in coming up with vocabularies you know what racketeering means? Racketeering means a situation where a few cabal are controlling a certain commodity and then putting a price and punishing the entire people. It's a shame that our founding fathers, when they found the oil, were able to build refineries, and when we were growing up, we never heard about scarcity of fuel, scarcity of kerosene. We don't know what is gas. Nobody was cooking with gas. So now, the country is developed. Is it not a shame that within the 10 nautical miles at the high sea, vessels are stationed evacuating the crude oil, and we have the Minister for Petroleum, we have the GMD of the NNPC and all their groups, not one, not two. And we have the Army we have the police, we have the DSS, we have the NIA,
The Navy.
we have the Navy, we have the Air Force. And all these things were happening within our territorial water until one of the presidential candidates raised an alarm of oil theft. Oil theft. And we found out, when you look at the installation, how it was reticulated, you found out that the size of the pipe that is not something that ordinary plumber just go and install. It is the size of Montobi. Montobi is the pipeline experts that lay the pipe from Port Harcourt to Kaduna. And the diameter is I and you will enter and raise our hand, it will not touch. So you can see. So now we are talking about racketeering. We are not actually prospecting and refining. Today you go and find in Bauchi, you go and find in Badagry. But the one you found right here is not refined. None of our refineries are working. And you are spending money. Look at what is happening. You are spending money on workers that are not working. And you are talking about the ASU. No work, no pay. The refineries, are they working? Why are you paying them? Do we have fuel on the street? Look at the racket.
Even at Jokuta,
You see?
they are not working. I read that one yesterday. They are not working.
And you're paying
Nothing is
them.
going to, but the staff are returned and they are being
Yes.
paid.
So,
You know?
I was listening to the Gambian parliamentarian this morning who saw the budget for increment of their salary and that of the speaker. And the lady was asked to speak. I became so proud of that lady.
Women are just
see?
unique.
So he spoke to the authority. Listen, I am ashamed. What am I going to tell people? I'm not elected to come and enrich my family. I'm elected to come and serve. Why would I now take such salary when people are suffering? When our educational sector is dying, just like what we are doing now. This is terrorism in disguise in this country. Whether we like it or not, there is appetite.
It is.
There is inequality. Nigeria, we said Nigeria, we are one. Are we one? If we are one, why wouldn't one remain like this?
No, still talking about this oil thing, since we can't build refineries and we can't help ourselves in any way, we are, taking our crude oil outside the country to go and refine and then bring it back and we start suffering. Why then are they tackling these people they call illegal refineries?
That is where they miss it out.
So since there are people that can refine and supply us gas, why are they tackling them and trying to shut them down?
It took a non-state actor to locate where these vessels are kept on the high sea, siphoning. And we are losing an average of $700 million every day in this country. We are not meeting an over quota. Even when Ukraine and Russia war, we are still. Some of these African countries, Libya, is now better than us. You can't imagine Libya. Nigeria was the first in Africa, but today we are number third. And not only that, modular refineries, for instance, during the Biafran War, we had our fuel. We are using fuel to operate vehicles within the Biafran territory. It was done by the modular refinery. The Ezekwems of this world, who were technologists that actually fabricated what we were using then, the product came. They killed the product. Otherwise, this modular refinery would have helped this country, whether we like it or not, give them license, like you rightly said, to supplement what we cannot do, what we cannot produce. It is a shame. No, put it in a lineage.
But I'm asking again, refinery, oil. What exactly is this big deal? Nigeria has complained about refineries not working, trying to build refineries, and all of that for years now. how much does it really take to build a working refinery?
Thank you.
Now, Abacha's loot time and time again is being returned. A lot of other loots, the Zieni and the likes, is being returned. What is our problem?
The problem is that for any bad job done somewhere, somebody gains. Whether you like it or not. Another is it not people that are siphoning this tank that takes about 9 days to fill up? They are gaining. They are gaining with some, foreign partners that, connive with them to do this oil theft. They don't want refinery to operate in this country. In Houston alone, in America, we have more than 50 refineries in a city. The one state, Houston, is a state, the state of Texas, yes.
And in the whole of Nigeria, we don't have one.
Yes. And we go and bring in adulterated fuel. You remember when it came? And nobody's head rolled. This is where I said, like you said, Odali Wejenga in this country.
Where people also say, no be juju be that. But no be juju be that. No be juju now. We are not patriotic. We don't believe in this country. No, you know why I say no be juju be that? In Nigeria as a country,
yes.
You just talked about Houston in the United States.
Yes.
Over 50 refineries.
Yes.
And Nigeria as a country, not one. It seems no bro juju be that.
Listen, in India, there's a refinery that they built in 1901 is still functioning. Today, 1901, in India, it's still functioning as I speak with you. Google, you will find out. So it is a shame that our great grand political fathers laid foundation. But one thing is that we did not allow the build-up of that foundation after 6 years. It was only after 6 years, and they crushed it, and all this bastardization came in, all this greed came in, all this nepotism. Otherwise, it's going to take us more money to go and prospect oil in Bauchi, whether we like it or not. I don't know what deposit we have there. I don't know.
Okay.
If there is oil in Lake Chad area, the Niger and the Chad basin would have been doing what? Prospecting. And you are going to Bauchi to go and prospect when we have where oil bed is here just to develop a refinery. Dangote, you are waiting for Dangote refinery, an individual. You are asking what does it take the state? They are talking about, do you know how much they spend on turnaround, maintenance of a refinery that is not functional?
I don't know why we're so selfish and unpatriotic. I think that's the problem. Yeah? We are so selfish and unpatriotic. Look at this redesign of Naira now. Look at the kind of money people are bringing out, dirty money and money that has gone out of circulation. Just, you want to enrich yourself and the country is bleeding.
Of Anambra State signed in his time.
Was not used.
We begin to see
it's a horrible thing.
So, you see,
I think there's a lot to talk about.
Because we keep saying that we are operating cashless economy, which is, a fallacy. Nobody. If you say, you only cash 500,000, people are cashing 50 million.
There's always exceptions here and there.
But in America, once you know that you can't cash more than $10,000 in any bank, you can't. They will tell you, come on, I'll give you a cashier check, which is as good as money. If you take a cashier check out for 20 million, deposit it anywhere, your transaction is concluded.
Because the law is for everybody.
Yes.
Not for just. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we have done enough justice to the papers today. We'd like to thank you for joining us this morning. Rotarian Kanayo.
Obidigbo.
Obidigbo.
Because too many Kanayas are Rotarians too.
Obidigbo.
A Rotarian with a class.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I've been around with a berry, and that's a newspaper review this morning. Sure, you enjoyed it. Perhaps that's why you didn't feel like calling. Okay, do stand by for another segment that will come up now.